senators who are going to promote this idea of economic fairness, which I'll be talking about. Replace U.S. senators who will not require the well-off to invest in weatherizing and making their homes energy efficient. That's the key idea. We can get jobs galore. We can solve the climate crisis and much more. Let's replace U.S. senators with ethical environmentalists. That's why my letter is to reach out to them. But they won't require the rich to invest in weatherizing their own homes. So that's the issue. So let's go over my letter now that I want to send to you. Well, here's something I did, but I don't think we'll get to that. Well, now we'll just go over it quickly since I said I was talking about violence times freedom, but I thought another word for freedom, because freedom F may be in conflict with F of force, which is down here. So anyway, I have to think about that. What's a better word? Opportunity. Violence versus opportunity equals a constant. Because freedom is an opportunity. See, VO. Huh? V versus O. VO equals a constant. So gentleness or zero violence approaches infinite freedom. Zero violence, infinite freedom on this curve here. That's which is a hyperbola. Oh, maybe we should get on with something else, huh? Well, I won't go over this now. Another time about gravity being the weakest force, and yet if we unite it, we become very powerful. Okay, so let's put this over here out of the way temporarily. Okay. Oh, these cardboards are not very helpful. I made them out of boxes, so they weren't a straight piece. So they sort of fold. This one here folds right better. So this is the letter I wrote. So I'm going to read it. I want to send this to you. So this is on how many sheets? This is on 2 cardboards, 4 and 4 in the back. That should be enough. And then there's another 4 and 4, another 3. Altogether, on this cardboard here, I got how many words? 180 words, front and back. So that's the gist of it. Then I have more details. The gist is right here. Okay, let me read it. The first thing says, "Dear environmentalists and citizens, please join me to replace U.S. senators." I only got 6 minutes left. Okay, can I read it in 6 minutes? We'll see. Let's take a 20-second meditation break. I'll see how long it takes me to read this thing. Okay, 13 seconds to meditate. Maybe tomorrow I'll start off right away on the 2nd of December. I keep stopping this thing. I shouldn't be doing that. Okay. Let's see how long it takes to read this. I can read this in 5 minutes. Then I'll put where's my box? Here it is. Okay. So I got 2 things to do. What about the other thing? Let's get these 2 things out. Okay, just getting organized for the first time. Okay, got the 2 things I need. Okay, please join me to replace U.S. senators who won't require the rich to invest at least weatherizing their own homes. That's the wrong. Should have had this down. Okay, this is finished. There it is. Next one. Next one there. The richest 10% of 116 million U.S. households made $2 1/3 trillion yearly for 9 years on average, from 1998 to 2007. So I'm reading this letter. This evidence is from the 2007 SCF survey of the Federal Reserve from page 11 and page 54. Would you support a bill that would require the richest 10% to invest yearly $1/3 trillion in weatherizing and solarizing? Would you do that and send this to your friends and to all these environmental groups that you can go to Wikipedia? There's two United States, United States. Each one of them has hundreds or thousands. And then there's throughout the world you could do if you're not an American citizen. So this is the rest of 180 words on this, reading this leaflet. The rest of the money could be required to be invested in viable renewable energy projects or other efficient projects as the Department of Energy, DOE, would see fit. To join me means to spread this leaflet concept. You don't even need this leaflet, but it'd be easy if you had it. This leaflet concept to at least 10 new people in a week who are encouraged to do likewise. If they do, then in 8 weeks, almost all of America, over 100 million Americans, could be united to replace unsupportive U.S. senators. Please feel free to refine this leaflet. It's 180 words. I just read this part from here to here. Now I got the other part on another board. Okay, that's okay. This $1/3 trillion required investment of the top 10% could retrofit over 11.61 million household homes of the top 10%. In 2007, the top 10% of American households had pre-tax income of $4.6 trillion, according to SCF. According to 2007 SCF, page 5. A 7.25% required investment on $4.6 trillion is about $1/3 trillion yearly. This money could solve the energy job and climate crisis worldwide by making America a model for a world to follow. And you ask this. I'm going to send it to environmentalists. Then you can ask them or your friends, anybody. I would appreciate your opinion on which ethical environmentalists you would recommend to replace legislatures in my state on this issue, if any. If necessary, paste over below to copy and send to key others. I live in the state. My address, I put my email down, DKseed@gmail.com. Write me if you want to have a copy of this. I just read it to you. Got a minute left to go. So imagine